Joining me now is Anna Zaitseva. She's a Ukrainian mother who spent 65 days with her infant son in a bomb shelter in the besieged city of Mariupol. Her husband is a Ukrainian soldier being held captive in Russia. Anna has become a passionate advocate, going to Capitol Hill to call for more aid to Ukraine, something that is on the line right now as congressional leaders meet in D.C. Anna, thank you for your time. We appreciate having you on. You and your son spent 65 days in that bomb shelter. Before we talk about funding for Ukraine, can you describe for our audience what you went through, what that experience was like for you?
So thank you, first of all, hello, and thank you for inviting me. Today is the day 734 of the full-scale war in Ukraine, and I just want to remind that today to be Ukrainian means to be resilient and to be brave. We Ukrainians, we are grateful to all American society and American government that you are supporting us against this unprovoked Putin's barbarian actions, against this modern genocide of the Ukrainian nation. But at the same time, we regret that it takes so much time for a congressman to take decision on new weapon supply. And I would like just to remind the congressman that every day of a debate in a Congress means death in the other place, in the Ukrainian trenches. And speak about my experience, it's difficult to describe how it is to be a civil person on the front line with a baby. So I think it's better to watch. So I encourage you to watch the documentary movie by American director Evgeny Afinievsky. The name of the movie is Freedom on Fire, and it is available on Amazon or Apple TV. So definitely you can watch it, and I think there you will find an answer why American government has to continue to do the weapon supply for the Ukraine, because I really had a horrible experience on the front line, and I don't want American mothers have the same experience as I had. I don't want Americans have our experience. I don't want them to live in the reality which we Ukrainians live in right now, because right now, around 744,000 of Ukrainian children are deported by force to Russia. Russians took this experience from 14th century, from the Ottoman Empire. So they are trying to take our children by force and to create a new army.
Yeah. I want to ask you briefly here, Anna, I just want to jump in. I know your husband is a soldier and he was taken captive. For these last 2 years, how difficult has that been for you and your young son, who's now 2 years old, to have him gone? And do you have any sense on his well-being?
My husband is a military of the Azov Brigade, and right now almost 2 years Azov Brigade are in captivity in Russia, and we, the relatives of the captured militaries, we have no news about our relatives. We don't know if they are alive, and we know only for sure that Russians are not following the rules of the war. They are not following the Geneva Conventions, and we know also that our relatives are tortured there. So that's why I ask American government to help us in the returning process of our relatives, to help us to return also deported children, and to continue to support Ukraine with weapons, because only in such way we could get our Ukrainian victory, and only like that we could stop this racism.
You have been and continue to be a powerful voice and advocate for funding in Ukraine. You say you're not a victim, that Ukrainians are fighters. What does victory look like to you, and what type of future do you envision for your son in Ukraine as he grows?
First of all, I want to remind people all over the world that for Ukrainians, victory means to return our prisoners of war, to return our deported children, to return our territories, including Crimea and Donetsk and Lugansk region, and also to get reparations from Russia. And I think we are not ready for any peaceful agreements.
All right. Anna, thank you for your time. I know you've been through a lot these last 2 years, and I know that there's much more difficult road ahead before things are resolved, but we appreciate you being a voice and continuing to advocate as leaders here in the U.S. discuss funding for Ukraine moving forward. Appreciate it. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.